All right, guys. Thanks everybody for joining today. We're here for the Unscripted Sports Podcast. We've got a special guest today with Big Phil. And make sure you check our times today. Our times every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at noon, just like today. You can be watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. Make sure if you're watching us on Facebook that you like and share. And if you're watching us on YouTube, to like and subscribe. And we always welcome your comments during the show. We will make sure to address them, and that makes our viewing go even more. Let's welcome our analysts today. We got Jay McLovin.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Big Shaw.
What's up?
And our special guest, Big Phil.
What's going on? Who that, baby?
Who that?
I'm your moderator today, Melanie, and we are going to go ahead and get started with our topics. Let's see, guys, what to make of the Bucks' slow start. We're going to take 3 minutes each on this one. Phil, you want to start us out?
Yeah, I'll take it off from right here.
Okay.
So what to make of their slow start? Nothing. I mean, let's be real. Do we really consider them actual contenders for the championship? No. I think the Heat have a more complete roster than they have. I feel like the Sixers have a more complete roster than they have. They're regular season darlings. You know, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's a regular season stat stuffer. You know, when it comes time for the playoffs, they don't have enough shooting. They don't have enough spacing. Their half-court offense isn't adequate enough to carry them deep into the playoffs. So we got making it nothing at all, you know. I think they overpaid for Drew Holiday. I think he's a very good player, but he definitely wasn't worth the $100+ million that he signed for in the first round picks they gave up for him. And how much is he really moving the needle? You know, he's averaging roughly about 15 points per game, about four rebounds and 5 assists, which is not bad. And he's actually shooting a pretty good slash line, 50% from the field, 41 from 3, 90 from free throw. So he's actually shooting pretty well, but it's not really moving the needle much. So they're okay. It doesn't really mean much to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Big Shaw, you want to take over on that one?
Yeah, it's nothing to it. You know, like he was saying, you know, they just regular season darlings. They crap when they get to the playoffs. The Big Freak, he's good in the regular season, but get to the postseason, he ain't nothing. And I like Boston though. You know, I've been loving on Boston since last year. Miami. I even like Brooklyn. I'm just worried about Kyrie Irving right now. I don't know what he got going on, but I think whatever he got going on, he better come back. But I think besides that, you know, it ain't, you know, it's nothing about Milwaukee's slow start. They're gonna eventually take back. But Drew Holiday, I don't know why they paid him all that money for him. I'm still lost with that. But I wouldn't worry about it. You know, they're just Milwaukee. They ain't going nowhere. So
Giannis should have left, honestly. But he's one of those guys that'll probably be loyal to the franchise for the rest of his career. But he's not winning no championship.
He should win to Miami.
Yep.
Him and Jimmy Butler together. Oh man, it's been so
crazy. The defense on that team will be nasty. With Bam at center, and you got Butler and Giannis.
It'll be
not scoring against them.
The league wouldn't let that happen. They wouldn't sign off on it. It's too much.
I know you're waiting to talk, Jay, but
I'm letting you guys talk it out. But it's my turn. I'm gonna chime in. Don't worry.
I got to hit on that Kyrie Irving stuff. What kind of dude just says? First off, he didn't even say it. He told his teammates, "Yeah, I'm not showing up to work today."
Yeah.
How do you not let your boss, their coach, know? Steve Nash, they asked Steve Nash, "Where's Kyrie?" I don't know. It's with personal reasons. Like, if I was a manager, if you're a manager of a store of any kind of business, and your employee says, "I don't feel like working today," he's getting fired. Like, how do you just not show up to play? That's crazy.
It is.
We'll get to that one in a minute. Hey, look, man, these Bucks got off to a slow start. Man, there's no doubt about it. Man, they do sit at 5-4. I know the season's early. I get you, man. Listen, but these dudes were the number one team in the East. They added Drew freaking Holiday. They gave up draft picks for all this crap. I get it, Bogdanovich went to Atlanta. I get it. But it doesn't mean that you should be sitting at 5-4. Look, man, Bucks went from number one in the league to damn near like they're sitting right at the number 6 seed in the conference. Game and a half back at the Pacers. Come on, man. How are you letting the Pacers get the better of you right now? They done lost what? They done lost their first home game to the Jazz, 131-118. Come on, man. They got out-rebounded. They got out-shot behind the three-point arc. These dudes are starting to look like, I hate to say it, but kind of like Big Shaw says, they look a little trashy right now. They looking a little trashy. Now, Giannis is doing his part. Don't get me wrong. But come on, man. Where's the rest of the team at? What are they doing? Because right now they lost to New York, 130-110. Hey, they lost to New York by 20 points. New York, is New York? I mean, I know they got J.J. Dobbins, but are they really that good? Before they go up against Milwaukee and lose the way they did against Milwaukee?
A lot of those guys on the Knicks are playing for their careers. Like I'm a huge Julius Randle fan, but he's playing for his career. Alfred Payton. So it's a funny story. Me and Alfred Payton went to elementary school together in New Orleans, but he playing for his career. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett, he plans to not be a bust. So those guys have a sense of urgency.
He almost there. You know
what I'm saying? He was second pick in the draft or third pick.
But listen, guys, they're dominant right now at home. The Utah game was the first game they lost at home, right? They've won the rest of their games at home. They lost to Utah, but most of their losses have come on the road. So that means when they leave outside of Milwaukee Bucks home arena, they're trash. They're trash.
I think a lot of teams got better this year, and the Pacers are actually a pretty good team. I think it's Domantas Sabonis. That boy playing on fire right now.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Phil. For what they gave, for as much money as they gave to Giannis, either number one, Drew needs to step his game up, and Middleton needs to step up his game, or Giannis needs to start having more like Kyrie. I'm not Kyrie. That's what I say, Kyrie. He needs to start having more like what Steph Curry's doing, with 38 points and 62. He better start hitting some points like that for all the money they gave him. And if that means they need to do alley-oops each and every time, well, damn it, they better start doing some more alley freaking oops.
See, but the difference with him and Steph has to score 60. If he scores 60, he has to. It takes all his effort to score that 62.
But he still hit it though, and he got 38. Hey, Steph Curry's got 38 the other night. I mean, the guy's still playing phenomenal, and he don't have that supermax contract.
They don't got nobody else.
That's it.
That's true. No, that's not true. They got Draymond Green. They got that guy.
No,
Draymond Green is not trash.
No, he need his brother. He need his brother.
Yeah, he does, man. That's a lot, man. Not having Klay Thompson is really hurting him.
That boy Wiseman looks nice though. That rookie center they got.
Yeah, I like Wiseman.
He looks pretty good.
It's just like Michael Jordan and when Scottie Pippen got there. What happened to the Bulls? Boy, they was untouchable.
All right, guys. Let's say hi to Usman Ali. It's true, I destroyed your name. I'm very sorry, but we're glad that you're joining us today.
What's up, Usman? Hey, thanks for coming on the show, brother. Much love.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Well, let's see. Okay, there we go. Out of the 37 and up club, which quarterback will make it to the Super Bowl? Big Shaw, you want to start us out on that one?
Well, you can take Drew Brees off right now. You can take him off. You can take Big Ben off. Now I like Big Ben. You know, I like Big Ben. But you can take both of them off. They both trash anyway. But I still like Big Ben.
About the trash meter.
Here we go. Now Tom Brady, that's my uncle. I can't say take Uncle Brady off and cutting Rodgers. But I think Aaron Rodgers will get there. I think Aaron Rodgers will get there. I'm sorry, Tom Brady. I love you, but I don't think you're going to get there this year. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get there. I got a feeling. And they're going to win MVP, too, so I had to get it out the way. Yeah.
All right, Jay, how you feeling about this one? 37 and up club.
Man, I love it. I freaking love it, man. Kyrie Murray, Kyler Murray, he's sitting at home. Deshaun Watson, he's sitting at home. All these young bucks, they sitting at home right now.
It ain't they, bro.
Hey, it's an old man's game right now, and I'm loving it. All these old cats are out there, man. Aaron Rodgers probably got the best chance. Let's be honest. He's in the playoffs. He's mad. In year one of LaFleur's offense, he was okay. But in this year two of LaFleur's offense, number one, he's established a relationship with Matt LaFleur. He's established a really good relationship with Devontae Adams. He's got a really good relationship with Jones. I mean, the man has mastered the offensive scheme that LaFleur is doing, and he's playing it very, very well. And Green Bay's defense is not looking bad either. Big Ben, I don't know, man. The guy started off really good in the season, and he kind of got a little sloppy and got a little weak towards the end of the season. I don't know, man. Will he pop back in? Will we see it? I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out. I don't see Big Ben going all the way, though. And then you got Tom Brady. Man, the guy's got all the offensive weapons you need. They just added Brown to the list. He got Fournette. He's got Ron Jones. I mean, how much more? He's got Evans, Godfrey. I mean, damn. Tom, you should be lighting it up right now. I don't know if Bruce, he can't throw the long, or he's not even doing the long or the short passes, the dink and dunk passes. So now he's gotten into the long range passes now, and he's actually doing it quite well. So I don't know, Tom, man. I don't know, man, if age is ever going to catch up to him, but right now he's looking pretty good. Drew Brees, oh hell, man, one good shot to that rib cage, that man out there, he done.
He's gonna do it tomorrow.
Hey, he gonna be sucking up what's left of that lung that was collapsed, and he gonna have to inflate the other lung. So I don't know, man. Can Brees stay healthy? That's the big thing. If Brees, he's lost a little bit on the long ball, but he is really good at the short ball right now. He's playing smart ball, and he's playing really good with the dink and dunk passes. He's being efficient with it. But can he stay healthy? That's the knock on Brees. Now you look at Phillip Rivers. Okay, Phillip Rivers, can he ever get over the damn hump? He got what? He got twice. He beat out Manning and won the AFC, and I think. But he couldn't. He can never get that big game. He always gets crushed at the crunch time. So that's the knock on Brees. He's got a strong arm, but his arm has faded a little bit. But he is playing much smarter ball. Right now, he's playing really good smart ball. He's complete like 62% of his passes. So I don't know, Rivers. I don't see him. His INT, his interceptions are down. They were at like double digits. I think he's got his INTs down to single digits. So that's a good thing. But if I had to say anything, I think that relationship with Devontae Adams, the relationship with his coach, the mastery of the system, and the great defensive play in that run game, the Packers are going to be in the Super Bowl, and it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know that anybody else can really it's really going to make a difference. I do see Tom Brady, though. I see some people saying Tom Brady wasn't going to make it out of the first round. Tom Brady going to make it out of the first round. He playing the Washington Redskins, for crying out loud. He going to get past the first round, but I don't see him getting past the second round.
You heard what Chase Young said? What that young man said he want Brady? He said he want Brady.
He want Tom. He didn't even say Brady. He said,
he said he want Tom. He want Tom.
That's what it is. Okay, watch this. So what's the knock on Brady? If you put pressure on Brady like Atlanta Falcons did in the first half of the Super Bowl, then he crumbles. But if you let off of him, if you let off the gas pedal on defense, Tom Brady will pick you apart. So, Chase Young, you're going to have to be the man for Washington to step up and put the pressure on Tom Brady. And Alex Smith with your gimpy leg, I love you. You're comeback player of the year. Hey, I tip my hat to you. You are my hero. Keep it up. Keep it up, baby. Redskins, I hope you make it past the first round, but it's going to be very difficult.
Have you seen Chase Young play this year, Jay?
That boy a monster.
That's a monster.
I know he's a monster. Trust me.
He coming for Tom.
And they're going to need that, though. The Washington Redskins are going to need that monster to come out and play. They absolutely got to have it.
He coming.
All right, Phil, you want to wrap this one up for us?
Look, let me break it down like this, right? Tom Brady is more focused on his Pilates and his vegan diet for me to even take him serious. So I'm not worried about Mr. Tom Brady right there. Now, we'll say this, right? He's had a good year. Threw for over 45 plus 100 yards, about 40 TDs. But as my Saints have shown you, they can't be beaten, they can't be destroyed, they can't be dismantled. So I'm not even. But like I said, they're playing against the Washington football team. That should be an easy dub. But like we've been saying all year long, right? The first year in the Bruce Arians system is kind of rough. It's been evident by some of the games they've lost this year. And his offense is predicated on the deep shots. Tom Brady doesn't have the best deep arm, but he's been working the thing out this year. So they should win the game, but don't be surprised if they lose it, right? Big Ben, the Steelers have been overrated all year long. They might have started off 11-0, but I've never taken them seriously. Ben Roethlisberger is a shell of his former self. They have zero running game, and their best receivers. Well, Juju Smith-Schuster was supposed to be their number one receiver. Once AB left, right, that guy's more focused on TikTok dancing in the middle of the field than catching passes. So the Steelers, who do they play? Matter of fact, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they play. They can play Washington. They was to lose the game. So the Steelers are out of here. On behalf of Big Shaw, Drew Brees, we apologize for the blasphemy that he spewed and calling you trash. So don't take it personal, Mr. Brees. My Saints. I think Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers has the best chance of reaching the Super Bowl out of that 37 and up club. But it's more so because of the Saints surrounding supporting cast than it is because of Drew Brees. He's had a rough year. That rib injuries, that was no joke. You know what I mean?
No, it wasn't.
But our offense isn't predicated on having a quarterback with a howitzer for an arm. You know, our offense is predicated on putting our playmakers in space, giving them the ball, and letting them work. So all Drew Brees has to do is not throw an interception, not fumble the ball, put the ball in Kamara's hand, let him run for another 6 TDs, put the ball in Michael Thomas' hands on them slants. You know what I'm saying? Jared Cook, Taysom Hill, let them boys do what they do best, and that's move in open space, and we'll be all right. Our defense has been strong all year. You know, we had a surprise game or that trap game against Jalen Hurts and them guys, but it's your typical trap game. You know, it happens to us. Aaron Rodgers, that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, he's having a great year, man. He's probably the MVP. I think what helps him out more than any other QB in that 37 and up club is that physically he feels and operates like he's a lot more younger than what other guys do. He's about 6'3", 225. He can scramble still. He has a cannon for an arm still. And Devontae Adams, he makes it easy for him. So if I had to be unbiased, I got A-Rod. But I think Drew Brees could pull it out. If he's really fully healthy from those rib injuries, then I like my Saints defense and the consistency of our defense this year to be able to stop anybody. And we showed you we almost could have beat KC, but you know Drew Brees fumbled, Taysom Hill fumbled, interception. So you know
what's interesting to me, Big Phil. You know those ribs, man. That ain't something that just heals up easily. I mean, that takes some time to really truly heal. And what worries me about Brees is he must be doing pain management enough to be able to throw the ball and do the things he does. But I'm telling you right now, man, one good lick on that rib cage and he's going to be done because I don't think those ribs are truly healed all the way to where they can take a hard hit. You know what I mean?
I'll say this, right? Drew Brees could not play tomorrow, and I still like our chances of winning because Taysom Hill showed within that 5 or 6 game stretch that even though he may not be perfect, he can still help our defense win games. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I will let Drew Brees rest this game. And I will let Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, run the ship, trust our defense, and put our playmakers in space, baby. That's what I would do.
So you want Jameis Winston to play? Oh, you going to get some
Hey, man.
Honestly, though, if any team honestly can lose a starter and still make it to the Super Bowl, it would be the Saints with Taysom Hill and or Jameis Winston if they had to go that route. But Taysom Hill, I think Taysom Hill can hold the fort and be the clock manager and get that team where they need to go. I mean, he did it. He ran on a few others, right?
At least against Chicago. Now, I'm not trusting Taysom against Green Bay. He can't play that game.
No.
He can't play that game. No. He can definitely play against Chicago.
Yeah, that's why Drew Brees playing today. Drew Brees
out of all the teams, if you had to go to a backup of all the teams, I think New Orleans is probably sitting the best at a backup of all the teams. Like if Rodgers went down, Green Bay's done.
No, they would. I don't think so.
Who's their backup quarterback?
Some bum.
Like,
watch this. You don't even know his name. He's Mr. Irrelevant.
The only reason why I agree with Jay on this point, the only reason why I agree with Jay on this point is because I think the Saints are probably the only team this year who had a backup quarterback play as much as Taysom Hill played.
Yeah, but that ain't happening. Y'all can hang it up. Drew Brees playing. He ain't gonna let. I'm telling y'all, Drew Brees was not gonna let these guys play.
He was not gonna work. He's a little selfish in that regard.
Yeah, he ain't gonna let them guys play. He know that. Drew Brees can have a concussion.
All right, guys.
Drew Brees, you can't play.
Y'all ready to
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're ready for the next.
All right, let's see. Kyrie Irving and the Nets. Jay, you want to give us one?
Yeah, I think, I know Phil and them kind of already kind of touched on Kyrie Irving a little bit already. Look, Kyrie Irving and the Nets, man, how are you going to tell me that you're going to tell the players on your team that you're not going to be there for personal reasons, but you can't even reach out to your own damn coach and tell him that? So what that tells me is, what does Kyrie Irving have in common with the Celtics, the Nets, and the Cavaliers? Communication, the lack thereof. And I think that's a cancerous situation. He's had a cancer with LeBron James. He had a cancer playing with some of his teammates in Boston. He's got a cancer talking to his coach, Steve Nash, which really is hard to believe because Steve Nash is a player that the fact that he couldn't even talk to him, that's kind of odd to me. But, he's selfish. He's not dependable. He lets players know. But I don't know, man. To me, I think Uncle Drew needs to have a conversation with Kyrie and remind him of the old school ways of basketball instead of this punkish way of doing things that he's doing right now. Because right now it's just crazy. Uncle Drew, get a hold of Kyrie and talk to this man.
Hey, man, and guess what? You know what? R.I.P. to the great Kobe Bryant, but Kyrie Irving better not ever in his life compare himself to the Mamba ever again.
Yeah,
ever again. All he said, I didn't want to play, just because I didn't want to play, and he said it with an air of defiance, like I can do whatever I want to do. Like who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like he had an issue with LeBron because LeBron consider him a little brother, but LeBron wanted to see Kyrie be great. But Kyrie, he has this selfish complex where I have to get all the credit. I got to be the star. So he forced his way out of Cleveland, went to Boston, had everything at his feet for him, had two great young forwards in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to work with, and he ruined that. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes to Brooklyn. He goes to Brooklyn and starts up and does a podcast with Kevin Durant, and they openly question the fact of, do I need a coach? Is Steve Nash? We can coach ourselves. What are these guys doing? Kyrie Irving, Mr. Dribble, you're not that great. You're a good player. Yeah. You're not a transcendent player. You're not a generational player. You're a good player. You are a good player on some good teams with LeBron James. You need to. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be sympathetic. If something's wrong with him, I hope he gets it figured out. But that's not how you handle business, man. It's disrespectful to the organization, disrespectful to the coach, disrespectful to the guys that wish they could be in the NBA playing, just for you to sit there and say, "Oh, I didn't play because I didn't want to play." Get out of here, guy.
Yeah, and if he could have really got along with Tatum and Brown, that team, along with Smart and the rest of them, that team could probably win a championship. But but you know what? He's so detrimental to the team that he couldn't even coexist with some really awesome, talented people. And if he's not careful, he's going to ruin this thing in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant, and that's a shame because Kevin Durant is amazing, and I have a feeling he's going to wind up ruining that relationship there in New York or Brooklyn. I mean, it's crazy to me.
He needs to figure out what it is that he wants from life right now. He needs to figure that out and then just do it. If basketball is what you want to do, bro, go play basketball. Stop with the bull crap. Stop with the shenanigans. Talk to the reporters. Do your media rounds and score the basketball. If you don't want to play ball, you get out the way, man. I'm tired of seeing you in front of my TV screen with this blasphemy, bro. Get out of my face.
Big Sean, what you think about that, man?
Well, Kyrie Irving had it made in Cleveland. Everybody knew that was LeBron James team. From the get go, you was the little brother, he was the big brother, and LeBron James was going to carry you. All you had to do was listen and stay right there and shut up, and LeBron to carry you all the way. That's all you had to do. And you'll have you'll be awesome. I wouldn't mind doing that. If LeBron told me, hey, you the little brother, just shut up, pass me the ball, and follow me, and you're gonna be good. All you got to do, and all you got to do the hard work.
And it's crazy because a fully healthy Cleveland team with Kyrie, LeBron, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson, they could have beat the Warriors. Because check this out, right? LeBron, he could knock out two superstars by himself, so he could have went punch for punch with KD and probably could have equaled out Clay, right? And then it would have been a one-on-one game with Kyrie and Steph. And when it comes to one-on-one, I put my money on Kyrie. He's a great one-on-one player. But nah, he got to be the man, don't he? He had to have his own team. Nah, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, you see how far that got
him. That was crazy. I said, golly, Kyrie, all you had to do was be quiet. Let LeBron knock out them 2 superstars. All you do, you sit back and you coach. Just give me the ball. Take the pressure off of you. That's all you got to do.
I was really hurt by it too because I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. You know,
I love Kobe.
Kobe's my guy. He got me into sports, and so Kyrie, he was starting to become my next favorite player. You know, once Kobe was transitioning out of the NBA, but then he started pulling all this bull crap. Like, come on, bro, come on.
Yeah. Because see with Kyrie, he was that was really crazy. I said, man, how you gonna go up against LeBron James, man, and say you want to leave? What?
And then I heard what he said, right? I think it was during the playoffs or after the playoffs. He was like, yeah, it's great to finally be on a team where I have someone else that can make the last shot. Pretty much saying that LeBron couldn't close out games the way he or Kevin Durant could. Like, how you know, LeBron has more game-winning shots in the playoffs than you have in your whole career. Like,
exactly. But you know, sometimes people want that. I think Kyrie wants that attention, and I think he wants to be the man. But his game isn't as good as being the man. Like, he can't carry a team like Kobe carried it. He can't carry a team like Bron carried it. He can't carry a team like, you know, a few others that are in the league that are doing it. I mean, he's like a James Harden. James Harden can't carry a team either. You know. But he wants to be that type of person, you know. Hell, man, Luka Doncic is playing better than Kyrie. You don't see Luka Doncic out there, you know, doing all this craziness.
And you know what? I'm not really. And when it comes to that aspect, I'm not really mad because his style of play just isn't suited to be the leader on the court. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a scorer. He's a microwave scorer. He's a bucket getter, and bucket getters are normally the second fiddle to the superstar, the one that runs the team, right? Unless you're Golden State and you have two microwave shooters in Clay and Steph. But if you look at it, Draymond Green actually runs that team, and he facilitates the ball to Clay and Steph to score. So LeBron, he ran Cleveland, and he would give the ball to Kyrie to get them buckets when they needed. That was his role, and he fit that role to a T. He's not suited to be that on-court leader.
Mm-hmm.
Amen, man. What's the next topic, Melanie?
Next topic. What would an Alabama loss mean for Ohio? And this is going to be a 1-minute timer on these. Shaw, what you got?
No, it ain't gonna mean that, you know, if Alabama lose Ohio State, because Ohio State is the cream of the crop, and they they always have a great recruiting class. I mean, Ohio State beat Alabama a few years ago. It didn't have Alabama recruiting class at all. Actually, it made it better. Because everybody want to go play with at Ohio State, Alabama, USC, Miami, Florida. It don't matter if they lose, to be honest, because they always reload every year, just like Ohio State. Like if Ohio State lose, where everybody gonna go? Ohio State, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. You know, so it really wouldn't matter, you know. But Bama's gonna win anyway because that other guy coming back. What's his name? Jalen Whittle. He's coming back.
Waddle, yeah.
He's coming back. So that's gonna be another weapon, but it's not gonna hurt if they lost to Ohio. They ain't gonna do that. I don't think so.
All right, Jay, what you got on this one?
Let's see, and here's the deal. You know, so the question basically is, what would a Bama loss mean for Ohio? Of course, it's not gonna hurt Bama. Bama not gonna get hurt by a loss. Okay, but listen, what the question is: Bama not gonna get hurt by the loss, right? Bama still got Nick Saban. They're gonna have a good recruit class. There's no doubt about that. But here's what the question means. It means, what would it mean for Ohio? And here's what it means for Ohio. Number one, Bama got 3 Heisman candidates. And Ohio had 1 candidate.
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
It does. If you listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what it got to do with it. Because if Ohio beats Bama with 3 Heisman candidates, that looks embarrassing for Bama. It looks embarrassing. They're not going to hurt them. But it's going to be embarrassing for them that they got beat by Ohio. Straight up, it's embarrassment because you got all that talent, and yet you still lost to a team that only had 5 regular season games and not even against what I think is great competition other than Clemson. So if you get beat by that, what does that say? Number one, for Nick Saban's team, not as what he's done as his whole career, but that specific team. That means that specific team that has all that talent did not live up to its potential. It didn't live up to its potential. It had all the hype, but it failed to live up to the potential. It failed to deliver what it really matters the most, and that's in that championship game. And that's just straight up. And what it means for Ohio is that means that that should put a bump in their recruiting class for them, not necessarily for Alabama, but it's going to help. It's going to help give credibility to Ohio, and it's going to give credibility to a coach not named Urban Myers. It's going to give credibility to help them get a better draft class, and that's what it means for Ohio. Not so much what it means for Bama, but what it means for Ohio on the upside.
Yeah, that's what I said. It ain't gonna mean nothing. It don't, Jay. The question actually, this don't make no sense. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just because Alabama got 3 Heisman Trophy winners in Ohio State, only no, Jay. Yeah, no. It ain't gonna mean nothing.
All right, Big Phil, wrap this up.
Hey, so really, this should have been a 2-minute topic because I got a bunch of info. I'm gonna get it out.
Yeah, it was a big one.
The Big Five when it comes to recruiting, you got the Big Five in recruiting classes, right? You got Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, LSU, Georgia. Those are the Big Five when it comes to recruiting. So, and I actually misunderstood the question when I first read it, but what does the Alabama loss mean for Ohio? Well, first off, an Alabama loss means nothing for Alabama because the big 3 schools pretty much every year is Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State. So it really means nothing to them because they've lost to Clemson, they lost to LSU before. So I mean, it doesn't mean anything to them. Now for Ohio State, it means a little bit more, not much, but a little bit more. It means that they're actually solidified as one of those top 3 great schools that can actually win a championship in the Nick Saban era, and it may give them a little bit of an edge in recruiting, but they recruit great regardless of whether they make it to the championship or not. So how much of that needle actually move? Not much. Not much, man.
Because everybody want to go to Ohio State.
Because Alabama's getting the #1 recruiting class every single year, regardless, and it's probably going to be Clemson who's getting a second class every single year, regardless, followed by a combination of Georgia, Ohio State, LSU, or Florida, depending on how the chips fall. When it comes to National Signing Day. So it means a little bit more for Ohio State, but not really.
Yeah, it's not really going to mean a hill of beans.
He kicked Joe Lewis's ass.
Yeah, I think you be smoking sometimes. I don't know if you be smoking that angel dust, that mojo. But that question there, Jay, I'm sitting there looking like it ain't gonna mean nothing.
It was a good question.
You know how many times Ohio State lost good games and everybody still want to go to Ohio State?
No, I'm not saying it's going to deter anybody coming from Ohio. But what I'm saying is if they don't close out the big game for that specific season, it is kind of a damper on their season if they don't close out the national championship.
So it's not that much of a damper just because both teams have a crazy amount of talent. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Jalen Waddle, not Jalen Waddle, but Devontae Smith won the Heisman. Mac Jones was a finalist. Najee Harris was top 5, but Alabama arguably has Heisman finalists every single year. Ohio State arguably has a Heisman finalist every single year. So sometimes it just comes to the last play or the last net. Nowadays in college football, the offenses are so much overpowering defenses to where Nick Saban said it best. You can't win a championship with just a good defense nowadays. You have to have a great offense. Ohio State always has a great offense, so anyone can really win. Like who really thought that Clemson was going to lose to Ohio State? I did.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were.
You didn't think they were, but they wound up losing because Ohio State had just as much of a great offense as Clemson has. So it really
and Bama. Honestly, Bama really can lose because they like Shaw said earlier, and I agree with Shaw. Their secondary is pretty rough over at Bama. So
I don't see Bama losing this game.
But we're not going to
lose. Technically, I don't want to stay on the topic too much longer. But technically, could they lose? Yes. Will they lose? Nah. I think Alabama, to me, is one of the most disciplined teams in the nation, and that matters. They have one of the most seasoned rosters in the nation, and that matters. And they have Nick Saban on their freaking sideline. That matters, man. That matters.
Only thing that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna call before Monday get here. You can Justin Fields. If I was Justin Fields, as much as I hate to say it, if I was Justin Fields, I light that secondary up. Like a Christmas tree. I would light them up. I won't even run.
Stand that pocket, sling it.
That's all you gotta do. Sling it. Just throw it. You're gonna get every time.
All right, Melanie.
Yeah, guys, here we go. Should Watson leave given the hiring process of the Texans? Jay, you want to start us out on that one?
Yeah, it's a shame when you go out and get general managers and you start talking about getting your coaches and you don't even consult your franchise quarterback who's been the most loyal of all and is a leader, basically the field general of your team. So for them not to do that, I think it definitely puts a kink in that relationship. Now, McNair has come out and said that he's going to have a sit-down meeting with Watson to iron it all out. But I'm telling you right now, man, Watson's got a bitter taste in his mouth, and he doesn't like the way things are going. And when that happens, the Texans are trying to double down on the Patriots. For some reason, I don't understand how, they're howling near or whatever his name is. I don't understand his reasoning because he seems to be wanting to go after all these Patriots. He went after Bob O'Brien or Bill O'Brien. He went after their general manager. It's for whatever reason they're trying to do a carbon copy of that Patriots, and they're not a Patriots team. They're the Texans, and they need to figure out their own identity and do their own thing. And I think that's what's screwing over Watson. And let's be honest, man, Watson's in the prime of his career, and Watts is almost at the end of his career. And somehow or another, they better find the right coach, and they better start including Watson in on some of these negotiations for their head coach if they want to keep him around. And it may be even too late for that.
All right, Phil, what are your thoughts on this?
I think Watson should absolutely leave. I mean, and you've heard it all season long from J.J. Watt. He's been very critical of the culture of the team, of the structure of the organization, and the amount of heart those guys play with every single Sunday. And J.J. Watt's a great guy. So if J.J. Watt is saying that this crap is unacceptable, then Watson needs to be taking note and looking at what's best for his career. Because, look, he's a dynamic player. He's already suffered one season-ending, one ACL tear, right? In his career playing for the Texans, and they're going nowhere fast. If I was him, he shouldn't have signed that contract to begin with, but I understand to get your money while you can. You never know what's going to happen. But he needs to get out of there, man. Where could he go? Will they trade him? I don't know. But the Texans are going nowhere fast.
Mm-hmm. You think the Saints want him?
Man, if I was the Saints, I would try to get him. Bro. We don't have the caps. Like, for us to get him, we'd have to trade Michael Thomas, which I would be down for, but then we have to try to package picks and whatnot. And I don't know if we have the money. We're already negative $91 million behind the cap space. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's Tyson Hill team wants Drew Brees leave, but we all know that they said that we all know what's going to happen. But if I was Deshaun Watson, you went to franchise quarterback because if you was, they would let you know what's going on. He didn't even know Hopkins left Houston. We knew he was gone from Houston before he did. He was on ESPN. Deshaun Watson said he didn't even know D-Hop left. So we found out before he did. But if I was Deshaun Watson, I'd go to Miami. If I'm Miami, I'd trade Tua. And yep, he left. He done disappeared. I'd trade him to Miami. Send him to Miami or San Francisco. Get him to Miami or San Francisco. Get him out. He don't want to be there no more. Either Miami or say you got Miami. He can go to Miami. He can go to San Francisco. Maybe New England. Get him out because he don't want to be there. It's gonna be bad. And JJ and that wide dude, he about to be out of there too. He about to retire pretty soon. He ain't got much long left. But yeah, send him to Miami.
Hey team,
all right,
I gotta head out. But it's been great joining you guys today. I plan on being back soon, so y'all get them hot takes ready for me.
All right. Glad you could make it with us for a little while.
Thank you, my brother.
Always.
All right.
Hey, Ghost, y'all know the Saints winning tomorrow, so watch out for them.
Oh. Hey, who's your prediction on the Bills and Colts game before you take off? What is your prediction on that game?
I got the Bills winning by 7, maybe even by 14. Josh Allen's been on a tear, and honestly, he could have won MVP this year.
Interesting. All right, Big Phil. We'll catch you on the next go-around, brother. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
next.
hey, what's the next one?
Who should the Cowboys hire as a defensive coordinator? Shaw, you want to start us out on that one?
I don't even know who's available, but I wouldn't take the job. Let Jerry Jones be the defensive coordinator. He do everything else. Let Jerry Jones do it. That's it. Let Jerry Jones be the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. I don't even know where, like you said, I'm kind of with you. I do have two. I have two guys I think that would be good for the job because just to give them structure. Right now, the Cowboys got ran over with their run. They got ran over with the passing. I mean, they just got their secondary was horrible. So the whole defense just needs a shake-up, and they need to be retooled. That hybrid defense that they were running, they need to get that out of there and go back to either a 3-4 or 4 or a more traditional 4-3. But right now, I'm looking at Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator for the Bills. He finished second NFL with allowed yards at 294. I think Leslie Frazier would be a good addition to that defense. But also, I think Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, he's only given up 287 yards. So, if you can keep it under 300 yards total offense, then you're doing a pretty damn good job. And that Cowboys needs somebody of that caliber to help them out. And those are the two selections I think would work best for the Cowboys. And hopefully they'll take my warning and go after those guys.
All right. Let's see.
Should be down to the last one, darling.
Last topic. Does the hiring of Freeman make Notre Dame better on defense?
Nope.
All right, Sean.
Nope, absolutely not. Nope, I don't think so. No. He should have stayed in Cincinnati. That's what he should have did. But I don't think he wanted to go home, so I don't think it's gonna make them better on defense. I don't think so. When I heard that, I said, nuh-uh.
All right, Jay.
Yeah, here's the deal, man. The hiring of Freeman, for Notre Dame is a good choice because, he took the Bearcats to 9-1 AC. He's really good at recruiting, which God knows, they're going to need because they lost quite a bit of their defensive star power. So they're going to have to replenish that so he can help them in the recruiting side of things. He's got a real good history with developing linebackers, which, as we know, was one of Notre Dame's strengths. And they lost their star linebacker to the NFL, so they're going to need to develop those linebackers. He ranked 13th in total defense and yards per game. So the guy's got the credentials to lead that defense, and Notre Dame has had historically a fairly good defense. He's great at building relationships with the staff and the players, and that's what you want. The game of football is all about developing that chemistry and developing those relationships. And he's going to have his work cut out. Like I said, they lost their linebacker, Koromoa, to the NFL draft. And so he's going to have a lot of work to do. I think he probably would have been better off to staying with Cincinnati, but he's coming to a team that's going to need some help on defense. And for the team of Notre Dame, it was a good pickup. I don't know how he's going to like it there coming from Cincinnati where he had a pretty good deal, but we'll see how it goes.
All right. Let's see here. All right, guys. Anything else y'all want to pull out before we close up?
Real quick. Hey, Shaw, let's go. Hey, let's go to some real quick. Who you got winning these games since we got just a few minutes left here? Who do you got in the Bills game? The Bills in Indianapolis.
Bills.
What you got? Who you got in the Rams Seahawks?
Seahawks.
I'm assuming you're going to go with the Washington over the Bucks. I mean, Buccaneers over the Washington.
They're going to beat them.
Yeah. What about Ravens Titans?
Titans.
Bears Saints.
Bears.
And the last one, the Browns and the Steelers.
The Browns. How about that? Cleveland Browns.
Hey, man. You know what? We agree on quite a bit of this. I have the Bills over the Colts by 7. I think the Seahawks are going to absolutely destroy the Rams. I think Washington could pull an upset over the Buccaneers if Young can truly put the pressure on Brady. I can see Washington beating the Bucks if he can do that, and I think he will. So I'm going to go Washington. I'm going to go Washington by 7 over the Bucks. Titans Ravens, I'm going Titans. Saints Bears, I'm going Saints. And Browns Steelers, I'm going Browns. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal game. Big Shaw, I know you're ready for this weekend, baby.
Yeah, sure is. It's fixing to start.
Hey, real quick, man, before you wrap us all up, hey, you can find me at Jason McMinn16 at Twitter. Says McMinn spelled McMinn, Jason McMinn16 at Twitter. And you can find us on Unscripted Facebook page and YouTube under YouTube under J McLovin for all this wonderful content. It's easier to find out my name than everybody else's because I don't put as much content out as everybody else. All right, Miss Melanie.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today for our Unscripted podcast. Remember to check back with us Tuesday and Thursdays at 9 Eastern time, every Saturday at noon also. And like we said, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Like and share, subscribe on YouTube. And if you're looking for us on YouTube, Unscripted, you can go under Big Shaw or Jay McLovin or our other guy, Logan Landers. If you put it under either one of the other two, other than Jay McLovin, you're going to find all sorts of things that other guys have been up to, which you should check out their stuff as well. We love you. Have a great weekend. See you Tuesday night.
Bye, guys.
Subscribe. We need all those subscriptions.